Hi, welcome back. We've been working on this hand here, so we're just gonna trim this off, And if you look at your hand, you have the top, and then you have one plane here, 2, 3. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4 if you're holding your hand like this. Kind of what I try to do here, but I made it a bit rounder like this that you wouldn't see every notch. So I'm doing the same thing here. I'm kind of rounding that off, and I'm gonna cut the pumpkin here. I'm gonna take my lines here first and kind of match them with what I see over here. And let me just bring this up a little closer for you. And we're gonna put 1, 2. It's 3 lines, okay? And try to space them out a little bit better than I did right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to just take your knife and you're going to do 1 cut, 2 cuts, and 3. And then you can use a V tool for this as well. I am just going to do this with a knife. It's just easier for me to do it that way. And then I'm going to switch it around to the other side. And that's really all that's entailed with the hands. Now the hands have a lot of detail to them. Take a look at your own hand and study it. You'll see, how many creases and things. And if you really want to make it look realistic, there's a lot of work to hands. And anything really to do with your hands. It can be very detailed. I'm just going to cut that in a little bit, just like so. And I'm going to just trim it up underneath, just like that. So it looks like those are the tip of his fingers holding on to that piece, okay? And I'd still have to separate that, so I'm going to go back and trim again. And I also try to round it up a little bit instead of giving it a square look, so I'm going to go back and try to round things off a little bit. I might do that more when I'm offline and I have a little extra time. But that's how the hands are done. They're not difficult to do. You can make it as simple or as complicated as you like. So let's trim this off a little bit here. Okay, so you see our hands there, they kind of match. I've got to get that out of there. I'll do a lot of cleanup before we actually start painting him. Okay, now the pumpkin. Some of you have seen my pumpkin one that I did. Let me set him up right here. Well, I know he can stand upright. He's done it before. There we go. I don't know how many have looked at my pumpkin series here that I did, but it's the same concept that we're going to do there as we will do here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the stem first. So I'm going to continue cutting that stem till it's proportioned correctly to the pumpkin. And what you want to do too is you want to clean up behind the pumpkin. You want to clean that all up. And you'll be cutting that out anyway, but see how we have that on that side? Okay, this is the same thing we're going to do over here on this part of the stem. We're going to start putting a stop cut, as you see, and then I'm going to just cut it. I'm going to keep doing that until that stem is supposed to be the right size. It's not too much further because I want a nice little stem on there. I don't want it real thin. I might do the misses here on the next segment. I haven't figured that out yet, exactly what I'll do there, but I might and I might not. I haven't quite decided exactly. So I'm trying to get that kind of oval from the top so it looks proportioned right no matter where you look at it. Okay. Alright, what I'm going to do now, I'll be right back. I'm going to figure out exactly how to cut that out for you so I can tell you. I'm going to just trim this off. You're going to trim everything that's rough on that pumpkin. But you see the pumpkin here that I did, there's an indentation on this portion right here, and that's the part I'm going to work on. So I have a little I'm trying to think, a little sweep here that I'm going to use. And I'm going to see if I can get all the way around. I'm going to try to start digging some of that. I'm going to do that offline for a minute, and I'll be right back.